All rise for the Honourable McGovern.
I thought it was going to get less weird.
No. Hello.
It's happening again.
Episode 29. This is an important one. This is Edan's last episode.
That's not true.
This is her last one. She doesn't know that. I've made the decision. We're going to be replacing her with a bloke.
We need more bloke up here.
Finally, this podcast is going to be funny again.
Oh my God, when I was, okay, sorry, I know I already had my Melbourne episode, but when we were in Melbourne, we were like at the door, there was a show right before us. It's very blokey. And on the way out, we would like, there's another show on now if you guys, and one guy went like, what is it? And we went, well, it's two female comedians, and he went, oh no. Kept walking.
No.
He went, oh no.
As in the ones with the vag. No.
I hate that.
I've heard their shtick.
I've heard they're doing comedy about vaginas.
What if it's just like he's really just earnest about it? He's like, I just don't think I can fully appreciate the female experience through the medium of humour, so I'd rather give up my seat to someone who can fully appreciate this performance. You're
I
like,
don't think from my straight male perspective, I'm going to fully get an understanding of your experience as a woman or non-binary person.
Whatever your preferred pronouns are, however you like to address yourself, I think it's important for me to go learn and experience life and come with a more full heart.
I'll come back to your show in 5 or 6 years once I have a Bachelor of Gender Studies.
Yes. Also, women are not funny. He just says it. Also, you guys
shut up, sluts.
Also, sandwich now, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, this is how I know. Sometimes I don't listen to what you're saying and I'm just waiting for my turn to talk because after saying my sandwich bit, I then remembered what you said and it was very funny. Also, shut up, sluts.
You know, whoever said there couldn't be a podcast from two people that are just waiting to talk, waiting for their turn to say something.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Because I listen to the podcast back and I go, Lucky's funny.
Like it's your first time hearing me talk too. Oh man, good to be. But so this episode's coming out a lot later than when it's been recorded. This is on
2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to be pumping out the recordings as much as possible because Lachy's going away again. Not now, soon.
Yeah.
Going to Europa for 2 months. So we're going to have to somehow
2 months.
do.
Did you go for like 3 months last time?
I went for 3 months last year.
Okay, so it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah. So it'll be good.
Cool.
But in my most recent travels, went to Bali.
We went to Bali.
We had a great time in Bali. Took the kids, dropped them off at kids club.
Did you ever get put in kids club?
No, I don't think so. If I did, I was too young to remember.
Oh.
I remember getting dropped at kids club when my mum used to go do pump classes at Fitness First. So you did go to
kids club?
Not on vacations.
Yeah. At Fitness First? Yep.
Yeah, and I remember just every time I got there, I was like, ooh, don't love this dynamic. These kids feel like...
These kids have never been picked up in their life. They've all got flat back in their hands.
It gave me... Your parents aren't doing a spin class. You've just been left here.
This is cheaper daycare.
Yeah.
Your mum set up an office on the treadmill.
Yeah.
just because this is cheaper.
Yeah, I always found it very unnerving.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, oh, this is sad because none of the kids are very cool. They're a bit weird.
No, I never made any friends there.
Yeah, you're not catching up with them in the school holidays.
No, I haven't given them a call as of recently. But went to Bali for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Pretty good. You don't realise how often on the streets as a man you get offered drugs.
Right, which is you should not take them up on.
You should not touch drugs in Bali.
For fear of a firing squad.
Yes. Well, I was just going to say because I love that my main reason of not buying them was because they're not good drugs. Like there'll be no feeling. But you were like, getting shot. And I was like,
oh, yeah, that's
yeah, but not a good buzz.
Yeah, not even for a good buzz.
But yeah, so they'd come up to you and they'd be like, They'd always start with asking if you want Valium. 'Cause it'd be funny because they go like, do you need a scooter ride? Or because I'm not going to do the accent for this impression.
Please don't.
You know what? I will. I will. No, so they come up. They'll be like, "Do you need a scooter? Do you guys want to go? White water rafting later? I offer a service."
By white water rafting, I mean, I'm going to blow your fucking mind off.
Yeah, but then you'd say no, and immediately they'd be like, "Valium, cocaine, marijuana." My favorite one was
white water rafting is my favorite drug.
Yeah. I get high off water sports.
MDMA, abseiling, bouldering, heroin,
You do heroin,
canoeing.
Those are our 2 offers. It's a package deal. You do heroin and then go bouldering.
Mushrooms,
Jet skiing.
rock climbing.
Those are all the activities. We've covered it.
No, there was one. Oh, archery,
Archery.
flying fox. You want to go the flying fox?
But the thing was, a lot of them spoke broken English, and they'd offer, Valium, weed, cocaine, and then there was one he said all those things, and then at the end he goes, "We're back. Edan ran out of storage. This happens once every podcast."
I love to document my life so much.
Oh God,
I just love it, and everyone wants to see everything I've ever looked at a photo of.
I did that on the flight to Bali. I saw this thing where it was like, if you want to really kill time, so you don't like get on a flight and immediately watch a movie or, immediately try to sleep.
Yeah.
Go through your photo album and delete everything you don't need. Instead of going from like the oldest, I went from like my most recent photos.
Yeah.
I did it for about 40 minutes and I think I deleted 3,000 photos and videos and it cleared up so much space.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing I was saying that this guy in the street came up to me and offered me pseudoephedrine.
Oh yeah, like Sudafed.
But the pseudoephedrine, they were all speaking in broken English.
Yeah.
And he was like, pseudoephedrine? Yeah. He knew that word. But there was a great place we stayed in Nusa Penida. We booked this lovely like villa up in the mountains in the bush.
Cute.
And I remember we were driving past the main bit of town and we could hear some guy like singing on a microphone and we're like, oh, that's weird. Do they have karaoke? Didn't think of it. Went back to our hotel, slept, and then at about 4 a.m, the singing came back. I was like, what the fuck is that? And it was a guy who was singing on a microphone and the microphones were attached to like 4 loudspeakers on his roof.
That's what our podcast feels like.
Yeah. And he was really loud. I was like, what the fuck is that? And it kept going at 4 a.m. And the whole island can hear this shit. It's so loud. And it went for like an hour. And I'm like...
Singing? What was he singing?
So it was a mosque.
Oh.
And they were doing, they have 5 prayers a day.
Yeah.
That was the one they do at 4 a.m. And they failed to tell us that when you book this place, you can hear it as if it's someone playing the radio in your own room. And the thing was, this guy was just doing it a cappella and not good either. Not like bad. Of all the people they thought, like, we need someone who sings 5 times a day. This like, it's a prayer. It's meant to be very sacred. Let's get the worst singer on the island and just sound like, very annoying. It was like that. And before you go, oh, Lachy, you didn't like, I've lived next to a Christian church my entire life. Every time the bells ring on a Sunday morning, I go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, so you hate them. I thought the way you were going with that was, and that's beautiful. I was going to be like,
no, that's lovely.
That's terrible.
That's the Lord's chimes.
Okay, you hate them all.
Me.
You hate all the noise.
I don't hate all the religions. I hate all the noise they play when I'm sleeping. Why is it that they all play music at times when Lachy's sleep?
Because that's when God's away. God's up before you.
Or maybe I stayed up later than God.
Maybe I'm more of a mad cunt than God is.
Sorry, God, you had to go home from the bender. I'm still here.
What do you mean you're in charge of everything? You got a curfew.
Who do you know here?
What do you mean you're all powerful, but you have to sleep?
You
have to get an early night, buddy. Okay, I'm not the same.
You're all powerful, but you need to go have a tacky after that Jaeger bomb. You fucking loser.
We are not the same, God.
We are not the same. I have allergies. You have all the power in the world and the love to put in a warm embrace around me. And I have all these Legos. But yes, that was extremely annoying that they had music being played at. But they also said we looked it up online to be like, what is this fucking music?
Yep.
And they were like, yeah, it's a mosque. Do not bring it up and do not complain. And I was like, how?
Yeah.
That's such a reasonable thing to be like, hey, could you guys have not let us know that
it's their
at
customs.
4 and 5 in the morning there will be music playing and you will not be able to sleep?
I mean, you're in their country.
But how is that a thing that people are like, that's awesome?
This is the thing about culture.
What-
You want to go to Bali and all you want to see is a bintang singlet and every other fucker that looks
I
like
want to
you.
sleep at 4 a.m.
Well,
It's not like I'm being like 10 o'clock, bit late for some tunes. No, it's 4 a.m.
yeah, look.
If it was fucking Hillsong down the road, I'd still be losing my mind.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders.
Is that a Hillsong song?
I don't know.
Is that a Hillsong song? How many songs can a Hillsong song have? A Hillsong song? Anyway, praise all the Lords.
Yeah.
I know most people are either atheist or one religion. I'm all of them. I believe in all of them simultaneously.
Shut the hell up.
I think they all should bloody settle it with a Jake Paul style influencer boxing.
I want to influencer box someone. I've
Please
been
don't.
really gearing up.
You should
I don't know
never
what's
do
happened
that.
to me. I don't know what's happened to me. I think it's all the
Eden.
I think it's
Eden.
the world right now and the political climate for women. But I really want to square up with someone. I just got a lot of rage in my body. Who would you fight?
Who would I fight in the influencer game?
Like we've already done the Hunger Games. That's hypothetical. I'm talking real life. Are you squaring up?
Well, because the difference is I'm going to pick someone that I know I can beat. I'm not going to pick someone who I think might be a challenge.
God, you're a pussy.
Who would you have me fight?
Have you fight?
Who would you line me up with that you're like entertaining and an even fight?
Oh God, I don't know. The Reese Bros.
The Reese Bros. They've got some reach on them. They've got some reach. I definitely wouldn't have the crowd backing.
No.
They've got a bigger. I realized when I was in Bali, I was looking around at those singlets where it's like shit that like a bogan dad would love. The ones where it's like, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. And I'm like, who the fuck is buying these? Like, who is this for? And then I literally had that clip of him saying that at the TikTok Awards, and I was like, oh, this is who finds it funny. Their audience, the Reese Bros audience is the ones who see these singlets and they're like, that's fucking clever.
I love it when it's ironic though. Like I love wearing a stupid shirt.
I know I bought 4 of them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I bought one each for the
boys.
For the boys. We got for one of the boys. It says Saturday, Sunday, shit day, shit day, shit day, shit day, Friday.
See, I love that. See, that's so funny. Shit day.
Then I got for my bisexual friend, I got him the I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Awesome.
And then I got myself go down to Bunnings, get some cement and harden up.
Oh God.
And then for my other mate who, let's just say in the past has been a whore, I got him one that it says up the bum, no babies. And I think it has like a baby with it crossed out.
Wow.
So I got those for the fellas.
Wow.
But yeah, that's also, I was like, who are these for? And then I realized, oh, all the people who, when they posted that video, commented being like, well, I don't know what their names are. Sam's nailed it on the head with this one. I'm like, oh, that's who is funding this.
Yep. Bryce has a hat in there. And it says, oh, I haven't been to America, but boy, have I been in some states.
That's good.
So funny.
I'm trying to think of what else happened.
I bought another Paddy's Markets t-shirt.
Did you?
That said, it says, please don't feed the models. And I wore it too. I didn't actually get to the show because I was like an hour late and I thought it started an hour earlier. But my friend's comedy show is about eating disorders. So I wore my please don't feed the models shirt.
That's awesome. That's nice.
She liked it. It's a comedy show.
Come on, we're all having a good time here.
Yeah.
I only like everything else that happened in Bali was just like nice things. Like went snorkeling, saw 7 turtles in one go. That was awesome.
That's awesome.
I went swimming with dolphins where they like hang you off the side of a boat.
The footage of that did get me screaming. I don't know why. Just like just hanging onto that thing, like.
Yeah. So if you didn't see, it's these little boats, and they have like what is like a trapeze handle hanging off the side of the boat, and you hang onto that, and you put your head in the water. And it's very funny because. We'd go to this place where the dolphins would feed basically during breakfast time, and it's this big area. And so whenever they'd pop up out of the water, all the boats would race after them to try to like get a look, because a lot of people are just there to take photos. And then once all those people leave, there's a lot less boats, and you're kind of swimming with them. But it's funny because you're hanging on, and the guy wants to make sure that you see the dolphins, so he'll just take off, and you're just you're just not
Waterboarded.
basically waterboarded, and he's like. Did you see the dolphins? I'm like, just swallowing mouthfuls of water. But it's cool. They came right up to me.
Behind you, or if you let go, you in the past.
I kept turning around, being like, okay, if I let go, just swim to my left as fast as possible. But either way, everything.
Swim to your left. Oh, so you don't get sucked under.
Get sucked under. Either way, the rest of the Bali trip was fun. The big one was I got dengue fever.
Yeah.
This is why we missed a week.
What, the first episode we've ever missed?
The first episode we'd ever missed. I said to Edan, you can do an episode with a guest. And she said, I don't care about the audience. I'd rather just take a week off and then do it when I feel like doing it. I was like, okay. I
actually said, man up, I'm coming over. But we decided no, because Lachy was like, I'm in a bad way. I was like, okay, I'm not going to put you through that.
So on the second last day, I started feeling not great. Mm-hmm. And obviously your mind immediately goes to barley belly.
Yeah.
Never had barley belly. Still haven't had barley belly.
Because you're just smart and you don't drink the water.
Yeah.
And you don't order things with ice in it.
Well, I've had barley belly, but I just refuse to poop or vomit while I have it. I just plug myself up.
It's fair enough.
I go order a bottle of wine, get that cork, plug myself up, just hold it until it's all,
Until it's figured its shit
Then you do
out.
one big nose blow and you're good. Did you know that if you hold in a fart, it'll come out as a burp?
Yep. Gross.
I like saying that now. Every time I burp, I like saying, sorry, I farted.
You're obsessed with gas.
Well, I am a gassy young man.
Yes, we've spoken about it many times.
Anyway, started getting sick, and then on the plane ride home, I was like, it was an overnight flight. So I was like, I'll just sleep, and hopefully I feel better.
Yeah.
Fuck, I did a 6-hour. I've literally raw dogged this flight because I did a 6-hour flight where I didn't watch a single thing, didn't listen to a podcast, didn't do any sort of media, and I couldn't sleep either. I had my eyes closed for 6 hours, could not fall asleep.
Oh no!
For 6 hours on this flight, fucking sucked. I mean, I remember I had this like stomach pain where the only way to get rid of the stomach pain was to go throw up. So I had to go into the bathroom, and because I couldn't eat, like I couldn't keep anything down anyway. There was nothing there, so I was just dry retching in a plain bathroom, and I just would be vomiting up spit basically, and it was awful. It sucked.
That's awful.
And it would happen like every half an hour. So I just have to, every time my stomach would just start doing this thing, I'd be like, all right, I just have to go put my fingers down my throat, the toilet, dry retch until I felt better. Got no sleep. Came home and I was just terrible. I felt so out of it.
Yeah, I bet.
And I had a nap, woke up like 3 hours after my nap because I hadn't slept, and I was just covered in sweat. I was hot.
It's the worst feeling, like cold sweats, hot sweats feeling.
I had like 4 blankets on me, a dressing gown and a hoodie, and I was still shivering in bed. I was
You know when you do that, you got to break the fever.
That's what I was trying to do.
Like, no, but have a cold shower.
Yeah, well, I was trying to do, and I had fever for a couple of days, and I had fever dreams, which were the worst.
Oh, God.
Dude, the fever dreams sucked. Like, I'd close my eyes, and then it'd feel like 10 people were in the room all talking at me really fast. It was like I closed my eyes and there was just 10 Edans off their meds talking to me.
I was about to say it.
And it was the worst because I just when I opened my eyes, everything was normal. Close, like,
oh my God.
Yeah, so a couple nights where I didn't sleep. I couldn't eat food. I couldn't keep anything down. Yeah, and then at the end of it, you get constipation, which is awesome. So you can finally eat food and you start eating it.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there. But so I had dengue fever.
I would not. Okay, I say this with so much love in my heart. I would not want to be around you. when
No.
you were sick. You would have been in the foulest mood.
Yep.
Oh God, it
Yep.
would not be good. Hey.
Yeah. So, yeah, not fun. That was pretty much what you've missed with me. I just went to Bali and did the classic Bali stuff.
Love that. Yeah, the one time we like miss a podcast and it's like, or the 1 month we don't see each other, both of us almost die. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, I should mention I did end up in hospital as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part. I
Yeah.
ended up in hospital on an IV drip, and it was very funny because they put me on an IV drip and all the IV went inside me, and then a couple hours later they were like, "We're going to put you on another one." We don't think we got it all. So they put me on another full IV.
oh wow, you must have been the most hydrated boy in the world.
Oh my God, it was so cold though. I don't think only when you realise because it's like cold fluid.
And that's not what your body.
Yeah, and I'm
usually is rocking.
already fucking cold, so I'm
So it probably
freezing.
like, yeah.
But I'm looking at the IV because I'm like, I'm pretty sure once I finish this IV, I get to go home. So I was looking at it, and I get to the end of it, and it finishes, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Someone will probably come get me. And the funny thing is, when you get an IV drip, once it finishes putting everything into your body, because I don't know what the science is, once it's done putting everything into your body, it starts taking things out of your body. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, all right, it's all done. And then I look down at the needle in my arm, and there's just blood starting to be pulled out. And I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Put that back.
And I'm just watching it go up the straw or whatever at this tube. And I'm like, and there's no nurses around. I'm just looking around like, fuck. At what point do I pass out because of blood loss? This thing's just like taking my blood out. And then a nurse walks by, I don't know her. I'm just like, hey, is this meant to be happening? And she looks at the blood that's gone like all the way back up into the IV bag. She goes, oh no, sit down. And I was like, oh fuck. And so she takes it out. And I was just like, ooh, so maybe one of you should have been monitoring me because I don't know how much blood what if they walked in and the IV bag was just full of blood?
And you were completely shriveled up, dried up.
Yeah, but that was my bout with dengue fever, which was not a lot of fun.
That was crazy.
Yeah, kids. They put out a warning for it the day I was leaving. They're like, by the way, dengue fever pretty bad at the moment. You get it from mosquito bites generally, and I was covered in mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. Did you like my hellish little edit I made for that story? It was so ugly, but I just had so much fun making it so gross.
It looked shit.
It was supposed to.
I love that Edan messaged me because if you didn't see, she put up a story just explaining that I had dengue fever, and she put up this story and she messaged me before being like, is this like a private medical matter? Do you want people to know that you have dengue fever? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, she might just mention in the caption or something that I have dengue fever. No, giant cartoon headline, Lachy has dengue fever. Lachy went to Bali and got dengue fever. When I saw it posted, I was still sick and I was looking at it like, fuck.
And the one with the mosquito was like, enemy of the pod. With the Kendrick Drake diss. I hate the way that you walk.
Fuck the way you talk. What do you think of all that? Do you have an opinion?
I was gonna bring it up with you because is it hack by now? Because it's been like weeks after that. Like, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's never done.
I think funnily enough, I think what might make it cringe is actually like Macklemore's new song about Palestine.
Well, that's the thing.
A lot of like after he's like, I don't want to hear what Drake and Kendrick have to say. I want to,
like, let's help the fucking state of the world.
And then all these people are like, oh
yeah. That's true.
If you said at the start, Drake and Kendrick are going to have a huge beef, they're going to be exposing each other,
and
kids,
Macklemore's going to
domestic abuse.
Them.
Who do you think's going to win? And the answer is Macklemore.
You're like, there's no way in the fucking world it's Macklemore.
There's no way the winner of this beef is Macklemore. Cut to now. But Drake was losing. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. You see that?
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Very funny.
Shut the fuck up and play some drums.
I also like everyone's like, oh, this is the fight of the century, the fight of the century. Yeah, because it keeps going on. I want to. Have we talked? Megan the Stallion, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, we have discussed that.
We have discussed it.
Megan's Law and all that.
Right. That's because I'm still going. You guys are fit there. Like, oh, this was the beef of the century. I'm like, no, the beef of the century was Megan ending it in one line. Be like, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, what's more impressive is having like 5 songs or having one line that ends an entire beef.
This is the thing. It's like, okay, I know you are more inclined. So if you were having a beef with someone, I know you are more inclined to say one thing and end it and be like, that's all, and that's all the attention I'm giving it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how you move in terms of like conflict.
That's how I move.
That's how you move. I would love to be like that. I would love to be like that. Unfortunately, I am dropping 8 diss tracks and I'm not done.
You need time to go to Spotlight to get your outfit first.
I'm making a costume for the beef. No, because at dinner. Okay, this is what I'm noticing, especially in like the world, like entertainment world, in comedy world. I don't have the personality for. I think a lot of success comes through just shutting the fuck up about things that you don't agree with, or like being around people that you don't like, or you don't like how they operate, and just there's a lot of like people that just go like, "Okay, you can't rock the boat." You just got to like, okay, be nice to them when you see them. I'm really, really bad at it.
I'm getting worse at it.
I'm really bad. I can't actually tell you because it's really like semi-common knowledge, but like it's too personal. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna be more like everyone else who just like doesn't. You don't need to put your opinion into everything. You don't need to stand up for anything. Just, you know what? Let's just keep this non-drama. And I'm in, especially in Melbourne, I'm in comedy venues and I'm going like, listen, to people. And I'm going, oh God, why the fuck have I done that?
Oh.
Here's where I won't get booked. Here's where I won't get booked. Here's where I won't get booked. All things that I stand by, you know, people treating other people like garbage and shit and like
Garbage.
men being pests.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. No one wants to mention those things, and then when they do eventually get mentioned, everyone goes, "Oh, why didn't we mention this earlier?"
Everyone goes like, "Yeah, and we should be talking about this." And I go, "No, I talked about it, and now I'm not getting booked."
I talked about this, and now you guys won't let me do my little jokey jokes.
And no one joined in because they didn't want to get in that fire too. And I'm going, "Oh yeah," and then they'll go like. And then, you know, the minute when it does happen, when this person will lose their job or something, everyone's like, stand up, take my people with me. And I'm like, what the hell? You called me crazy when I was barking off in the middle of the establishment. Yeah, was that the right time to do it? No. But it's when the words came out of my mouth. It's like, I love that I am not the spokesperson for the resistance. Like, in any way, like, it shouldn't be me. They're like, we got to get someone more powerful and restrained than this lady is just going to bark off every 2 seconds.
They're like, yeah, well, she's saying everything we're thinking, but like we can't have her say anything that she's thinking.
She's saying everything we're thinking, but she's also saying a lot that she's just thinking, and that shit is wild.
I don't even think she's thinking some of these things. Well, she's just saying things without thinking.
It'll be like that. I'll be talking about some like corrupt man in the industry, and I'm like, he shouldn't be here. This is this is an unsafe environment for us, and blah 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 blah. And everyone's going, yeah, and I'm going, yeah, and the power dynamics are unfair, and everyone's going, yeah, and I'm going, and we should punch him, and they're going, I don't know if we should. And I'm going, yeah. And what if we met up with him in an alleyway at the nighttime? And
we should tie his shoelaces together.
Like, I don't think we should do that.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, and what if in his food we put a little bit of
No.
You got to rein it back in, golly. And I'm like, see, this is why I shouldn't lead the resistance.
No.
Cuckoo bananas. And everyone forgets it. Everyone goes, yeah, you have so much like drive. And I go, that is called being a crazy person. It's called mental illness.
Mental illness, innit?
Literally. And everyone's going like, wow, yeah, you have such ferocity about you. That is homicidal rage. That is homicidal rage in a hat.
You've brought up homicidal rage on a couple of occasions. On a couple different episodes.
But it's not in the like cold psychopath killer way.
Yeah.
It's in the like, I can't sit with injustice very well.
That's fair.
Everyone, it's bad.
I've been facing some injustice.
Yeah. Injustice crew. That's our evil justice crew.
Injustice crew.
Villains.
No, but
Que sera.
At the end of the day. Crazy that one of the Justice Crew guys is now
a hot wiggle.
Like a sexy wiggle.
A hot wiggle.
What the fuck?
I love all the mums.
Who's that for?
The mums being like, darling, we're going to go watch the Wiggles. No, we're going to go watch the Wiggles.
Give me your asthma puffer.
Yeah, and then the kid's like, Mommy, I'm hungry. They're like, shut the fuck up.
There's a whole snack on stage right now.
I love the costume person, him being like, should we go a size up on the shirt? And they're like, shut the fuck up.
You should take the sleeves away.
Yeah, you're lucky you're wearing a shirt. You weren't going to.
It's very funny because he plays into it very much so.
He's
doing like handless push-ups on his Instagram.
It's like Magic Mike when he's on stage. It's like insane. There's no body rolls in fruit salad.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy. How's that happen?
He's like, they're all doing the regular fruit salad. He's like, let me spray the dressing on you guys. They're like, this isn't in the choreography. Hot potato, hot potato. It's just him with a potato in the front of his pants, like thrusting it. All right, who wants to catch the hot potato?
Yeah, it's
Come
literally
on.
that. It's literally mum candy.
All right, this one's for the parents, all the mums just knocking kids out of the way to get to the front.
Yeah.
Because we haven't experienced it yet, but at what point do the kids who watched him as a wiggle, what age do they get to where they go, oh, that was my sexual awakening?
Oh.
Because they're going to get to like 18, they're going to go, oh, fuck, mine was the purple wiggle.
Right. Well, I guess the only way we can think about that is when did it happen for us? Because like,
Who was your sexual awakening? Have you got a couple?
Charlie and High Five.
Charlie and really?
We were kind of touched on this in the last episode.
It's Charlie. Oh, okay. Did you have a strong male sexual awakening?
Maybe Peter Pan, like Jeremy Sumter in Peter Pan.
The live action one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I see that.
He was a handsome young man.
Mm-hmm. Mine was Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four.
Okay, but she wasn't a kid.
Doesn't have to be a kid.
Oh yeah.
It's saying
it's an adult.
when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You're just naming hot kids.
Oh, I was a kid. I was younger than them.
That was.
Oh no, yeah, Charlie wasn't a kid.
That was one, and the other one was the Darcy from The Simpsons.
Wow.
She was
Is that Bart's girlfriend?
She was like the older girl.
Oh, right.
That he was dating.
Yeah.
And there's a scene like he's having a nightmare scenario where like I think he's been broken up with. Where in the nightmare scenario she like punches through his chest and pulls his heart out. A little bit turned on by that when I was a kid. Didn't know why, but I was like, oh, hurt me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. It's crazy what happens when you're a kid and then you're like, oh, and you're watching that still checks out.
Yeah.
That's checked out to this day.
But anyway, the purple wiggle, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He knows.
Captain Feathersword. More like Captain Hard as a Rock.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to... Do you remember when we were like not... Like we were friends, but we like didn't want to hurt each other's feelings? I would have given that a lot. I would have gone like, haha, yeah. And now before you even say it, I go like, kill yourself.
I have to remind myself, the first time we met was doing a podcast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, no, we met once.
Yeah, we went out for drinks so we could actually meet.
And that was super fun.
You know what's weird? I was just like, my management were like, oh, who do you want to pair with? And I was like, Edan.
That's awesome.
They're like, oh, how do you know her? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, we'd followed each other. I feel like we'd commented on a few things. Like, you made a few videos, and I remember commenting something like, "Stop! This is so fucking funny," or like, "But that would have been the extent of our communication." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I know him," and then it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then I remember that day in the park where we just talked for so long, and it was funny because we didn't even like. It wasn't like we were like talking like this, like laughing. It was like, "All right, life story, go."
Oh yeah, we're just doing the traumas. Yeah.
Go. And then it was. I feel like that was a good thing to start on because it wasn't like 2 months into our friendship I start figuring out more about this person.
Yeah.
It was like, here's every reason I'll ever be triggered about anything.
Well, it's good because there's some fucking there's some influencer podcasts out there that are shocking. Mm-hmm. There's some really bad ones. Do you know what the worst ones are?
Yeah.
Are the ones where a brand goes.
I thought you were going to name them. I was like, oh, here we go.
I'll tell you, but I'm not going to. They will be bleeped out. Guys, in my mind, everything that we bleep out, I will say at a live show. Your phones will be locked up. But if you have a question that you remember from one of these episodes where you go, who are you talking about when you said this? I'll just tell you. But the worst podcasts are the ones where a brand goes, oh, we've got this is our thing, and then they have an influencer, and every fucking episode has to come back to being about that product somehow. And they just get two influencers,
Wait.
they put them together, and it's fucking terrible.
Wait, a product. So it's like a big brand deal.
I'm just going to tell you,
Yeah,
this
please.
is all going to be cut out. Sorry,
No,
guys.
why don't you just do it there so you don't have to do it later?
Nah, it's fine. I'll just cut it out. It's easy. All right, we're back. I got one more thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
There's an influencer in the.
Oh, fucking what?
There's a.
Where are they?
This is
They're right behind me, aren't they?
They're right behind you. This is my warning. Don't sign up to influencers' fucking courses.
What could they have to teach me?
There's an influencer. She might figure out that I'm talking about her, and if she does figure it out, then that's fine because I think what she's doing is a scam. I think anyone with half a brain can realize it's a scam. It's where she's offering like this course, and it's one of those things where it's like, go viral in 2 weeks, grow your following from 3 followers to 18 million by following these 3 simple steps. And the 3 simple steps will be like,
Post more.
use hashtags, jump on trends. And I was just, and she's
I hear another person say jump on trends.
but she's advertising this course with 2 others, and it's 100% a scam. It's like, oh, I run a 6-figure business, and this is how I can turn your business into that. And my job is that I do social media, and you will go viral. And my thing, I'll show you the videos after
So
this.
she's going to make money off other people?
They're doing like
It's like a pyramid scheme?
basically, but they're doing like a getaway. So they're bringing all the people who sign up to this course to like this holiday course where they do it in person and they run seminars. And I'm like,
So it's like a
This is-
content making camp.
but it's not even about the content but the other 2 who are running it are like business owners, but it's not like, I don't think it's giving off like huge scam. And all the comments are like, what the fuck are you actually like offering here? It just sounds like a scam. And like,
It's getting bad. Like you're not the first person to say this is a scam.
But all these, heaps of people in the comment, and that's what I'm saying. If this girl, I don't think she listens to this unless I made it a clip and put it out there where she'd probably see it.
She's not going to know.
If you think this is about you, which it fucking is, come to me and tell me why this is not a scam and how you are not scamming your followers, because it's like $1,500 to sign up and go on this thing. And they're like,
I thought it was going to be like a $10 a
no.
month type.
And they're like, oh, but you get the amount of money you get back in experience and the amount of money you're going to earn. And I'm like, you're not specifying what you're teaching. They're like, oh, well, we don't want to give it away yet. I'm like, well, you have to tell me.
Tell me, we're going to teach you how to,
But no, there's nothing. I'll show you
how
the
to deal with PR agencies, whatever.
But I think this person is kind of known for doing a lot of for being a bit of a hustler and doing a lot of things. But this is so scammy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, influencers running their own shit. If they're doing something that appears in their story for 2 days and then they don't ever do it again, that's a scam. Like, I just saw it and I was like, this is, and they're doing this thing where in the promo video for it, all 3 of them are like on their laptops, talking to each other, comparing notes, but also on the phone at the same time, and they're all standing. So it's this image of strong women in business, but they're all just standing up with like a back white drop, talking to each other on the phone whilst pointing at each other's laptops as if there's official business. And I'm like, this is...
It's just like, can you airdrop me that? Thank you.
It's such a scam. It is a horrible scam.
Grim.
And I'll show you it after, and it's like...
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, again, if we do a live show, you can ask me who this is, and we will play the video at the fucking live show. Eden has something to say about live shows.
Live shows. I forgot to tell you this because I think I was so sad about it. I was really sad. So one of my shows in Melbourne, so I was testing a lot of material for the Sydney show, which is like it's the big show.
Yep.
It would have been already done by the time this episode's out. So
Congrats.
sorry if you missed it, but it's coming to Melbourne.
We'll be advertising it on our socials.
We would have, yeah. And I'll try and do it another time before I get to Melbourne. Next year. So I was really, really early stages of testing this really like hard material that I can't really test when I do spots, like when I do when I'm gigging at least like 3 times a week or whatever. And so who was there at the show before me? Then I just don't want to say his name, not because it's like a secret, just because like I don't know, it just like
you can say it and I'll cut it out later if you want.
Oh, it's just like the person who offered to take us, like to organise a tour if you had half an hour of stand-up.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. And he was there. And I was like, oh, hello. And because I also hadn't met him in person before, so I didn't really know who he was. He was like, hey, this person. And I was like, oh, hello. And he was like, oh, you're doing a show in here next? I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'll stick around. And I was like, oh, God, I've never tested any of this. It's like I'm doing I didn't know how long it was going to be, and like what I thought was half an hour of material was actually going to be like an hour, so I had to like cut things out because they're giving me the light at 15. I'm like, oh, fuck. So it was a little bit messy. I was getting laughs, but it was a bit like I wish he had have come and saw one of the nights where I just did 30 minutes of tried and true material. That would have been awesome. And because after it, I don't ever get emotional. Even if I bomb and eat shit, which is like if you're gigging enough, you do a lot.
Not me, but yeah.
Yeah, you're not gigging enough. But like if you're doing, Kalara RSL, people are eating their steak dinners and like.
Why would you do that?
Because I never say no.
Wow.
I do any gig.
Say no.
No, because
Okay.
you got to do it.
You just did.
Shut up. No, but technically I did. Okay, yeah, like I do every gig they ask me, no matter where it is, no matter if it's in like fucking Campbelltown. I gig there, like it's fine because I think it makes you better at comedy to not do good gigs, to like figure out how to do comedy to a room of people that would never find you funny, old people, old white men. Like I mean, that's the gigs that you get funnier because you're not just if I'm doing it to the girlies in Newtown every time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to do the same thing every time because I know what they find funny. I already know how to do that. You got to do it to people that don't want to laugh at you. You're like, no, I'm going to get you. Anyway, so I couldn't test any of that, and it was a little like, fuck, I don't get very like annoyed after gigs, especially if it's material that I already know has gone well a million times. I'm like, yeah, they didn't like that, whatever. That was grim. That was soul destroying. But like, I know that material is good because it works. The other 5 gigs I've done this week, it's fine. But this one was like, it's really early stages. I don't completely know how to make it work yet. And it was just a bit, to me, it was a bit messy. It was a bit messy. And I went up to him after the show. I was like, I'm so sorry you had to see that. And what he said to me was, because I said to him, please don't watch this. This is a work in progress. I've never said these sentences before. I prefaced it so much. And then afterwards, he was like, it's definitely a work in progress. And I wanted to die.
Oh.
And I was like, I felt really bad also because I was like, I just messed this situation up for Lachy and I because this guy was like, I could like, organise a podcast tour for you or like, a live show that we could take around. And I was like, cool, that'd be awesome to basically be able to do like, a split where both of us do material and then we could do some stuff for the podcast like in the middle. I was like, I just fucked up. Like a cool opportunity and like that's not Locky's fault. Like why the fuck? I should have just done a normal material if I knew he was in the room. And I've been annoyed about it for weeks. Every time what's one of those things where you can't think about because you go like, oh, stop thinking about it. Stop. Like when you think about it.
So is that story you just fucked it up for me?
No. Well, yes. Well, it was. And I was never, I was going to like tell you, but I didn't want to tell you over the phone. I wanted to tell you in person so I could see if you were pissed off at me.
No,
but
not really.
Last night, I was just at the Factory Theatre, like after being in a show, and I was talking to someone who's quite close with him and unprompted, I wasn't talking about it. Unprompted, she was like, he was telling me how great you were when he saw you. I was like, that can't be fucking possible, by the way. She was like, no, seriously. He said, I have to go see the show next week. I was like, why'd you tell me it was bad? You telling other people it was good. Like, that's truly like tough love type approach to be like,
that's good.
It's definitely a work in progress. And then to be like, it was really good. I was like, oh, you're keeping me on edge. I've been like, I got to quit comedy. I can't do this anymore. Blah, 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 blah. I was like in such a foul mood afterwards.
Now when anyone tells you that you weren't good, you're going to sit there and go like, but you really liked me, didn't you?
No, I'm going to be like,
that was shit.
When I see him, I'm going to say, never do that to me ever again. No mind games. Anyway, yeah. So maybe I didn't fuck it up for us.
Cool. Yeah, we'll probably be looking. I think we're at the stage now where we could probably start looking at trying to do a live show. The only thing that would make that I don't know if is going to work with the live show is how many people are going to turn up. I don't know what our audience is going to be.
But like, I don't mind doing smaller shows. Like,
I'm happy to do it to 10 people.
Like Pat asked us to do one at Bondi. I'd love to do Bondi. I think that's a good size room and it's fun and it's casual.
I think that'd be good to do.
Because if that's the Sydney show. before you leave. When do you leave?
July 6th. Just to do one.
What's it now? May, June, July. Yeah, we could do one.
Just one. I just want to do, we'll aim to do one in July.
Yeah, I'll talk to Pat.
All right, cool. We'll put some
the way this. You remember it used to be like we used to have edits in between segments. We used to have music, and now we're like fully like, what do you reckon the plans for the pod for the rest of the year?
Welcome to the business meeting. But we are actually
so
after this, we are going to be looking at the analytics from the Hunger Games episodes to see if you guys gave more of a shit, less of a shit. So it'll be interesting.
I reckon there was some people that just watched it for that and then ducked.
Yeah, probably.
But then some people were like, get back to the normal bit. I hate this bit.
So we put up a story being like, back to the regular episodes, and someone replied being like, thank God.
They were not vibing.
Anyway,
all right, guys.
Yeah.
See you next week, buddies.
See you next week.
Miss ya. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.